Okay, so it's around noon, and I'm super late getting the day started, but I am getting the day started. So, Ultra Reality is still not done, I guess. I got some more work to do when I get back tonight. Um, Short vlog last couple, like yesterday was still like, I think I got a little bit of a vlog in yesterday, but it was still just like I didn't get anything done. You know, it's just like I'm just floundering. I gotta get over that. So today I'm going to do the compost run. I'm going to stop at the doctor's office. So those are some important things. I'm not going to get my X-rays because I spent the money. I forgot, basically. Had I remembered, I would have not bought all of those chips and popcorn last night. But I did forget, and I did, and so be it. So, yeah. Let's begin my adventures for today. It was cold this morning, but it's actually warmed up relatively well. I think I'll bring a sweater with me in my bag, nonetheless. But the first task I need to do is find a shopping cart. And I believe that I should be able to find one around the corner here. This is a sensitive operation, I think. So I'll have to be very careful that I don't alarm. Very careful that I don't alarm the people that have taken temporary ownership of the shopping cart. If you go back near the very beginning of my vlogging period, we will have a discussion about my view that shopping carts are collective property, that there's no such thing as private ownership of shopping carts. We all have an equal right to use the shopping carts. Alas, my easy access has been foiled. Okay. So instead, it seems like we're gonna have to walk to the store, meaning I might as well get my pills while I'm there. So let's get a coffee, get my pills, get my shopping cart, and then head home. I was hoping there'd be a shopping cart at the corner there. There's a very large family that lives in that building, and they leave their carts there. I guess somebody came around and picked it up. It's a job for somebody, but it would have made my life easier if I could have just stolen that. Alas. Well, the price went down on my meds a little. That's good news. About $5 at about 76. So, I mean, my GST is gonna come in. I think it was 68. I'll double check that, but it's getting closer. Hopefully, it stays around there. Again, like it. I don't know why it went up. I don't know why it came down, but I'm not gonna complain about it. I'll just take it, right? But that gives me an extra $5. Does that mean I can? No, it didn't. It wouldn't have made any difference, really. Well, actually, 35. It depends on how much I spend on groceries today. If I spend less than $15 on groceries, then it may have made a difference. It's too late now. Let's just keep going. Although, now I'll just wait a few days. I'm thinking I might have enough to get the MRI scan now, but I mean, or I could wait 2 days and have enough for sure, right? So I think I'll just do that. It's another thing, as I was walking past that intersection, something landed on my head. I'm a little concerned that a bird got me. Yeah, let's just get a shopping cart here and then head home and check. I hope not, because that's disgusting. But it happens to everyone, right? We've all been through that. None of us like it, but we've all been through it. Let's hope it was, I don't know what. And it hasn't rained in like 2 days. So what was it then, if it wasn't that? Sigh. La 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 la. We got the car at home, and next up is to fill it up, get ready, and go. I don't know what I got hit by, but whatever it is not sticky. Right? Like there's no residue. So I should just make sure I take a shower when I get home. It's a nice shot of me, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. So I wanted to get up the street a little bit because I was a little bit worried about the wasps. I wasn't thinking about that. Probably should have been. This is 2, at least, maybe even 3 trips. So, it's what? 6 things of coffee rinds, the egg containers, these ones here have eggs in it, and those are compost, so it's a big run. It's about an hour walk, so I also need to get rid of that because that's not going to happen. You know, trying to steer this and hold that in the one hand, it's not gonna. So dump that, and maybe I'll get a bottle of pop or something. Make more sense. But yeah, I'm out. First leaf of the year. It's still, I think it's on that one, just barely turning. It's October, but it's just barely turning. We'll keep an eye on that as we're walking. All I see is green and a little bit of yellow. Just barely turning. So I was hoping that today would be a nice day to take a walk, and holy shit is it ever. Perfect temperature. The wind's a little annoying, but my headphones are keeping my hair, the headphones are keeping my hair in place, so it's, yeah. Get to walk through this nice little canopy here. Let's see if I can handle it. There we go. Woo. Gives the term urban jungle a new meaning, huh? Still, look at how, again, nothing but straight green. No sign, or almost no sign of fall anyways. No leaves on the ground. It's September 27th and it's late summer still. I seem to have forgotten my bank card, so I gotta go back. I'm gonna stash this here. It's about 20 minutes. It'll take me an hour to get back. Ooh. Well, what do you do? I mean, there's no... The whole point of this is to take a round trip, so I need my bank card. I hope I left it at home. I don't remember taking it out of my pants. I may have forgotten it at the store. I need that. That's priority number 1, so I need to deal with that. So let me stash this right here, I guess. I suppose I'm in a race against time with the raccoons, huh? Yeah. We'll see what happens, but I mean, I need to find my bank card. I can't let that go one more second. I can't find it inside, meaning I must have left it at the store, or I lost it, one or the other. I have some ID on me. Obviously, this is not quite the detour that I wanted to do today, but I mean, you'll notice I don't go to the gym ever for any reason, right? It's partly because, like, I mean, I don't want to lift weights, right? And if I'm gonna be, like, what would I do at a gym? I'd walk, you know? So, like, I could go to a gym and, like, run on the spot, which is, like, kind of a, I mean, it's not there's a purpose to it. It's not a complete waste of time, but if you can integrate an active lifestyle instead of just going to a place where you exercise, you know, like it's kind of maybe a reflection on the nature of society where in order to get exercise, we have to like that is an activity, you know. Like it's insane when you think about it, you know. So instead of doing that, like why not take a walk? It's a nice day. You know, I can drop off. I'm trying to drop off some compost at a community garden, right? And it strikes me as a much better use of my time than standing in place for an hour, right? So, all in all, this is gonna be like an extra hour and a half on my walk around, because I mean, I walked out and back. That was like an hour. Well, 40 minutes anyways. And then I walked back to the place I got to and back. I'm gonna walk over there again. So like this was like, I could maybe calculate it after, but I mean it's not. Maybe I won't. It's just I don't think I have an option. I have to find my card, right? But if it's there, then I'll get back to what I was doing. What else can I do? And it was indeed at the drugstore. They had a nice little package for me, waiting for me to come get it. So that's nice. I kind of kicking myself in the ass for it, though. Anyways, it's about, judging by the length of been recycled here, I'm gonna guess it's about 240. I'm gonna lose about 45 minutes due to this. Like I say, it's a racing time between me and the raccoons, and maybe the birds. I may lose a little bit of my parcel here, or a little bit of my package. For what it's worth, I'm apparently the compost fairy, so that's what this group refers to me as, the compost fairy. So I am about to drop off my, well, I gotta go find it, but what I'm saying is my the compost fairy may have a slightly lesser package. I'm just gonna stop talking. Jessica 1, Wildlife 0. Undisturbed. I lost an hour, but I found my bank card. But I shouldn't have lost my bank card. But I found my bank card. The song always gets me so pumped. I'm proud of this song. It gets me pumped as hell. The track Fuck the Dead pumps me right up when you're walking. This is, if you're an exercising type, like this is excellent exercising music, I'm telling you. Yep. And regarding exercise, I mean, look at the, like, I'm walking with this with my hands. Like, if you were to, you know, and I'm walking, right? If you were to, like, devise just about the perfect exercise, this would probably be just about it, right? I've already been on my feet for like 3 hours. Yeah. It's crazy, huh? Okay, so let's keep going. Uphill? Yeah. If you're, I guess, there's a word I'm looking for, a biophysicist. If you're a biophysicist and you're watching this, leave a comment as to how good exercise this would be, pushing a shopping cart full of compost up a hill. It's about 4 o'clock, and I am stopping for Mars Bar to have some pills, and let's just enjoy the day for a minute. my Mountain Dew is expired. I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't tell because there's a glare here. And I only have so many fingers. But is that like... What happens when you drink expired pop? It seems a little flat, but I mean... It's what? Sugar and preservatives? Like, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna be like Dr. Jekyll and, you know, side effects include gigantism? I don't... No, like, honestly, like, what happens when you drink expired pop? If anything at all. It's only a few weeks, so it's probably nothing, but it does hit... I checked because it was flat. So, I don't know. I can make sense that the carbonation is gonna go eventually, but, like, that means that was bottled, like, what, probably like 3 years ago or something? There's a... I'll have to check that up when we'll look it up when I check it, so... Hope everyone's okay, but, yeah, ambulance flies by, I say I hope everyone's... Obviously somebody's not okay, right? Anyways, I'll have to check that when I get home. Okay, so I got that chopped off, and this was kind of crazy. Like I say, it was good exercise, but it was insane. Now I've got to figure out how I'm going to get this cart back. I just kind of remembered that the route that I normally take is up that short, that skinny median. That is the route I'm going to have to take, but I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it. Anyways, next stop is the doctor's office. It's okay, it's over top. But I can't go through there, it doesn't look like. Anyways, I'm gonna have to cross, but I think it's my best chance is across a little skinny median there. I don't know if this is gonna be big enough. One way to find out. I'm good, but it's tight, and I'm starting to realize that I may have either sprained or broken my ankle. That night where I woke up in the car, it never really, like, I was concerned about blood clots and stuff. I think it's like more like my bones broken or something. Like, it's not, I was like dislocated, like it never really went away, and I gotta check that too. And now what, right? I can't cross here, really. There's a bunch of cars trying to come through there. I can't go straight. I guess my best bet is to go that way. This was insane, okay? Never do this. I will never do this again. But I need to find a way to get straight somehow with the cart. I think my best bet is across and go around. Like I said, don't do this. I will never, ever do that again. You know, Cart, I have to say that I've got to know you fairly well over the last couple of hours, and I know you want to get home. I will bring you home, Cart. I will be a good anarchist and bring you home. Right now, I'm going to just leave you there. I'll be back in a bit, because I need to talk to a doctor. Well, I'm not actually going to talk to a doctor today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an appointment to see a doctor later. Let's talk about all the things that I've already said that we need to talk about. October 18th. I think the show in Lansing's on the 16th. That's the only other thing I can think of that might get in the way. But, yeah. So, listen, if I'm gonna die of something and it does it in a month, then there's not much you can do about it, right? Truth of it, gives me lots of time to get my results and stuff, so. Yep. Okay, you stay here, okay, Cart? I'm just going in to get a few things in the store. You'll be okay if you stay here? You sure? Okay. I'll be back soon. Oh, baby, you know I'd never leave you. Yeah, I've taken you home. You'll be home soon. Yeah, no, soon. We gotta make one more stop, but we'll be home soon, promise. It's just one more stop, promise. I'll only be a few minutes. I know it's getting late, but we'll get you home before dark, I promise. I'm sorry, I need some tomatoes, okay? I'll be back in a few minutes. Actually, I didn't even get any. It was like not even a minute and I didn't even get any. Okay, so we took like a 10-minute detour. I'm sorry, but the tomatoes at the other... This is the only store that usually has good tomatoes, but it didn't have them here. Yeah, I'm glad to get you home. Jesus fucking Christ. I know it's getting dark, but we're almost there. No, we can't go to Detroit. We're almost home. I know that's a nice shot of Detroit, but we're not going to Detroit. We're gonna take you home. We'll be there before dark. It's a few more minutes. For the last time, no, we're not going to Detroit. In fact, you know what? I think maybe we shouldn't talk anymore. Probably shouldn't see each other anymore. That's probably... No, I think the next time I'm going to pick a different cart. Yeah. I think this is goodbye cart, yeah. You've been a bit too much for me, okay? More seriously, kids, remember, a good anarchist always brings their shopping cart back. It doesn't matter how crazy the journey is. A good anarchist always brings the shopping cart back. And I'm sorry, why is that? Why is it that a good anarchist always brings a shopping cart back? Because it's collective property. You need to bring it back to a place where people can use it, right? You bring it back to the dispensary, to the common area, so that other people that want to use the cart can do so. If people just hate the carts and they leave them all over the place, then there's no carts there for people to use. I know this might seem counterintuitive, right? But a shopping cart is a perfect example of a collectively owned good, right? It's a perfect example of I'm scatterbrained right now, but you know, of use value, right? So you use it and then you bring it back, and other people can use it. And so there's a moral to this crazy adventure, and it's always bring your fucking shopping cart back, no matter what. How are we supposed to have a free society if we can't even bring our fucking shopping carts back, huh? It's a test case. I will remain aloof and distraught at society until we collectively learn to bring our fucking shopping carts back. So please, heed this request. Gah! No! It's 7 o'clock. Yeah. Split dark? Let's get in there. I left it a little after noon. I was on my feet for 7 hours straight. So, I'm not physically tired, but my feet are tired. And it's gonna be nice to get out of those socks. For sure. The temperature has finally come down to normal in here. Like you can definitely tell that it's warmer in here than it is outside. But the sort of heat that was sitting has come down, right? So is this even on? Yeah, that's on. But the heaters are, the temperature says like 26.5. It looks like the heater was actually probably on a little, so it's like I'm back down to like normal heating. In fact, I may even take it down a little bit as the days go on, presuming that the air stays off, right? If the air comes back on, then I'll have to, But in fact, I may even open that door again tonight or tomorrow. So this is good. Things are coming back down. Everything is kind of snapping into place. Like I said, right now I need to sit down. I'm going to need to do some reciting tonight. I'm going to want to do a little bit more bureaucracy regarding the stuff like check for show schedules, and I still haven't cleaned in here. We're at the very end of the month, beginning of the month. This is legitimately an October clean at this point. I shouldn't have low battery, I just changed my batteries. Yeah, so that's probably the end of the day, unless I do some rambling. I don't know if I'm going to be up how much longer. I really don't. It's a mystery to me. But I feel good. I got a lot of exercise in today. And let's sit down, let's eat, let's do all the things I need to do. But regarding the need to, get through the listening before I move over to the next phase, the last couple of days were not productive. The day was productive, at least in the sense that I'm pushing forward, right? I got the compost done, I got the doctor's appointment set. It's going to be the next couple of days that are going to determine, all these kinds of things. I need to wait till the first before I get laundry. That's, what it is. That's probably what I'm looking towards is a turnover sometime around the 1st. Or at least a turnover back to listening sometime around the 1st, right? I don't think I have any shows. I'll double check. In fact, I don't think there's any shows until the 12th. So right now I'm going to kind of hone in on that. That's my hope, right? My hope is that I'm able to, by the 12th, get the listening and the season flipped over so that I can get back to doing all the things that I thought I should be done by now, right? I look good. Okay, yeah, let's move on. So this voracious douchebag, Joey Salads, is that his name? Never heard of him before. Yeah. This guy's a douchebag. Setting up one of these fake social experiments, paid some black guys to chase him around and make him look scary. Obviously fake, but I'm just using this as a bit of a sounding board for a moment, because I don't think I have this in my reacts list yet. I think it was mostly because the discussion was previous, right? So I certainly talked a lot about this, but it was before I started vlogging. It's a stupid argument, really, and it's based on a misunderstanding. Here's my suggestion. You should say Black Lives Matter too. Right, it's just that little 2 at the end. That's super key, super important. It's what the All Lives people don't understand. The slogan is intended to remind people that black lives are not less important, which is what the culture continually enforces. Right? So you've got the situation where the culture is telling you that black lives are less important than white lives, and the black activists are saying, hey, wait a second, that's not the case. Black lives matter too. It's just that they dropped the 2. And in the process confuse the fuck out of all the stupid white people. Right? So, because they weren't rigorous, they confused people, and now you've got angry people on both sides because there was poor communication, right? Of course, the media doesn't help. The media sees an opportunity to split black and white. It's like, yeah, because that's what it does, right? That's what the media does in America, is it splits black and white apart from each other, gets them at each other, that way they stop fighting the bank, right? What's the best way to get people to stop fighting the bank? Get them bickering over the color of their skin, right? But to convert it into a statement of black supremacy is merely to misunderstand the slogan. And I just need to be clear about this, okay? It's not more complicated than that. You done fucked up, kid. You didn't understand. And that's okay, but let's try and understand, you know? You're not going to understand everything, especially if you're a piece of white trash from, Kentucky. Chances are there's lots of things you're not going to understand, and this is one of them, okay? The thing is this, when you say something and the majority group doesn't understand, you do have to take some responsibility for poor communication too, okay? So it's easy to point at the white trash and say, you stupid idiot, you didn't fucking understand what they said, but you've also got to look at the activists and say, listen, you didn't explain yourself very well, okay? So it goes both ways here. The whites need to admit they didn't get it, and they didn't get it, and the blacks need to admit that the slogan was poorly constructed, and it was poorly constructed, and it's not getting across what they intended, okay? So let's everybody take a step back here, and let's have some careful thinking together. Lessons need to be learned all around in the future so this doesn't happen again. First, you need to think your slogans through more carefully, and second, if you don't understand something, don't jump to ridiculous conclusions. Ask other people. Because chances are, well, maybe chances are that nobody at the trailer park understands, but you're going to find someone, You call your smart granddaddy or something, somebody, the person that's smart, talk to them, okay? But I actually have a hunch about something that I'd like to see investigated, because this might turn out to be even more innocuous than anybody even realizes, okay? Let's get a linguist on this. Is there a difference in the term Black Lives Matter in the context of African American vernacular English, Ebonics, the way black people talk, compared to standard American English, the way white people talk? Because I suspect that when you say Black Lives Matter to a black person in America, they assume the implicit too, right? In fact, probably every time they say something matters, right? It has the to implied to it, because it's meant to correct an exclusion. I'm guessing here. I'm pulling this right out of my ass, but I do suspect there's probably something to this. Okay, that in the black community, when you say, but that matters, it's what they mean is it matters because you're excluding something. Whereas when white people see it, they see it more as a declarative statement. This matters. And I have a huge hunch, okay, that what is actually underlying this is a linguistic error. It's a difference in how we understand what words mean. And while on the one hand that kind of disarms it and makes it kind of trivial, on the other hand, it's actually kind of scary, because it suggests that white people and black people may be getting to the point where their languages are so different that they're having difficulty understanding each other. And that's a point of conflict that, that's tinderbox type shit, right? Find me a linguist. Find me a linguist, damn it. Well, how about that? How I've been talking about, this Supreme Court thing in Canada, and all about the regional representation and the whole thing. There was a vote in the House of Commons, which is the Canadian Parliament. It was 270 to nothing to uphold the regional representation. It was never a debate. It's just that Trudeau, while very likable, very affable, and probably broadly well-meaning, does simply not know what he's doing, okay? And again, I need to call on the party to prevent this from happening further. You've got to get out in front of him when he starts doing this shit, and you've got to rein him in, and you just, this is... the party should be embarrassed, okay? That it let this happen. And it needs to do what it needs to do to stop this from happening again. So the Liberals just approved a pipeline in BC. This is taking liquid natural gas out. Same problem as all the other pipelines. Same opposition. Same reasons it shouldn't be done. And so this is disappointing on first glance. But in fact it was approved with 190 conditions, which are firm demands, legal requirements, no compromises, and they're actionable, which means that they can be sued if they don't uphold them. So it's actually not as disappointing as it looks. In fact, these conditions have historically been used to halt projects. It's the same thing that cut off the Trans-Pacific, I think it was the one that was through the rainforest, the oil pipeline. You know, it makes it that much more difficult, and it gives activists some room to play with. We'll have to see what happens, okay? No guarantees, but the conditions very well might stop it from going forward, as they have stopped similar projects in the past. If not, activists will need to stop it with their bodies, and they know they need to be ready for it. But this is a little bit. The conservatives are nailing them, you know, saying pass it, pass it, pass it, and they did, you know, and there's all kinds of industry pressure and everything else, pressure from, you know, people. I think it's a Malaysian consortium that runs it, you know, and all these kinds of things. This may have been a way out of an expectation, something that was set up by the previous government. My intuition here is that this won't go forward, because that's a lot of conditions, and they're going to be very strenuous. Like I say, there's a track record. These kinds of projects, when they're approved like this, usually actually don't go forward. It would be a lot better if they just come out and say no, but this might actually be the best way out of this. We'll see what happens. Shimon Peres was not a man of peace. That is all. Yeah, it's a lot better. Some strawberries and some ice cream. I think these are strawberries. I hope I didn't miss an ice cream. Sorry, I hope I didn't miss an egg. Strawberries. Very old strawberries, okay. And a little bit of bread. I gotta wash these. I think these strawberries came out not nearly as good as I thought they were going to be. I mean, I knew they were going to be a little rough, but I thought they were better than they are. They were cheap, and it's just going to last me a few days. Get paid on, I guess it's Friday night. I gotta get my compost out in the morning. It's early. I may be up all night. These long vlogs happen when you least expect them. I walked for 7 hours today. Shouldn't I be tired? I also drank a lot of caffeine. Speaking of which, I gotta get some coffee running. I did something, excuse me, a little bit different today, that I'm gonna start doing probably a little bit more. Well, it's not gonna be an everyday thing. It's, I talked a little bit about this as I was walking, but it's in a section that I deleted, and that's for the best. Let's have a talk about it here. I'm gonna be adding sections to vlogs, and actually I'm going to be uploading them to the Koala Central Command site as well. I don't really want to call them music videos so much as I want to call them moments that I experience that have something to do with the music. So, for example, today I spent 10 minutes sitting on a park bench, hanging out with the trees, and the song going through my mind, in the headphones was useless. Like I didn't pick that song and match it to the to the atmosphere. I didn't pick that arbitrarily, right? That came together. I was sitting on the bench listening to that song. So the video will come up with, like, it's meant to capture that moment, right? and I want to be kind of strict about that. I was considering trying to kind of do a see something I noticed as I was walking back with my bank card to the shopping cart was that I was really enjoying the track "Fuck the Dead," and I say something about that when I get there, right? You know, I was thinking, and in fact, this is what started the thought process. I was thinking I should do a video for this of myself just walking briskly. You know, but I thought about it, and the more I thought about it was that, I mean, I lost the moment, right? So I don't want to, like, act it out, you know? Like, I'm not an actor. I'm not a film producer, right? I'm just trying to capture my life. And I missed that moment, right? Like, there's lots of moments I miss. And lots of moments I'm gonna miss, right? I mean, if I had a professional film crew following me around all the time from multiple angles, then maybe I wouldn't miss those moments. But I mean, it's gonna happen, right? That, you know, something amazing is I'm gonna feel something or whatever, and I'm gonna miss it. It's something I missed. Maybe I'll pick it up again some other time. Excuse me, but I missed that, right? There were other moments. I mean, I spent 7 hours walking today listening to my music. Well, not. It would have been more like 5 hours because the first 2 minutes, first 2 hours I didn't have phones on, and in fact, I should get this charging, because like as soon as I came in, like it died the moment I walked in, right? This is editing that, and it's gonna come up there. And I'm happy about that, right? Because that's maybe tying something in a little bit more conceptual, right? The purpose of this vlog is supposed to be to advertise the music. I kind of maybe haven't been doing as much as I wanted to. So, I mean, I'm not gonna go for walks listening to music every day, right? But when I do, or even, you know, if I'm sitting, I mean, there's listening. I'm gonna be doing listening here too, right? You know, and if something like that comes up, and I connect with something, and I think it works well, yeah, let's film it, right? This is what I'm supposed to be doing, so let's do it, right? Why didn't I think of that before? I don't know. You know, sometimes the simplest ideas, they evade you, right? Spend so much time worrying about, you know, the most complex abstractions, and the most simple concrete ideas fade, right, and disappear. So, I mean, like I said, I don't want to think of these as music videos. I just want to think of them as capturing snapshots, you know, moments in time that I experience my own music in a way that's meaningful to me, right? And, I mean, I think it's important. I think it's important to realize that's important. I've been kind of floundering a little bit the last while. I mean, my feet were very sore. I'm wide awake, and I'm going to make some coffee. So, I could be up for quite a while still. I don't know. We'll find out. I tried a few things, and I can't get the right lighting to show you. Because you can't really see it. I went red today. This happens around this time of year every year. I think I mentioned before that I tend to change color through the year. So I get like brown in the summer and really white like around Christmas. Well, actually, a little bit later than Christmas. I get like the whitest, I guess, is like, it'll be around like March. It's like the whitest, right? But around this part of the end of the summer, I turn like Indian red, right? But you can't see it in the mirror. All you can see is like that there's like a tan mark. And like, if you didn't know better, you might think it's a burn. When I was a kid, I thought it was a burn. My mom thought it was a burn, right? And what my dad used to say was he used to say, "Ah, you're just a little bit red," right? And I didn't understand what it meant, what he was trying to say. But yeah, it's like I say, I wish you could see it in the mirror, but you can't. All you can see is the brown. It's and it's partly just because, I mean, like the red is like, it's like shades on the brown, right? Like you've got to like look at it like carefully, right, to see it. I'm gonna do a lot of reciting tonight. Pretty much a whole of the last week, and I don't know. Like I guess I'm wide awake. We'll see.